So why I like chairs, it gives you a little bit of balance and stability. It's also going to allow you to get deeper into some of your stretches and just isolate muscle groups in a very different, unique way. This is sometimes a harder physical workout, and I want to remind you now to keep breathing through everything that we're doing. So we're going to start with a little bit of a love session for the inner thigh, just by placing the side of your foot up on your chair, just like that. And ignore the fact that my head is cutting off right now, that my foot is cutting off. It's all good, I promise you. So you can either kind of roll onto the flat bottom of your foot, or you can leave it on the side, whatever feels good to you. I am yakking away because whenever I come into a posture like this, I take a few moments to let my body get used to what's happening. It's kind of like easing your way into a cold lake. You're probably feeling some stress and pressure up the inner thigh, and maybe other stuff is going on. Notice where your breath is. Make sure it's nice and deep right down to the hips. And we're going to just rotate that supporting leg and foot out to the side. Good. Shoulders are back, core pulls up and back, locking in place. Tuck under through your hips. And we're going to start to add some love to this. So relax this arm on the leg. I feel like a Sears model. And then we stretch the other arm up into the air and start to lean over. Making sure the core stays tight. There's my hand. I'm just reaching over and breathing deeply. Just notice what you're feeling. Hopefully it's good. And then we're going to come all the way up and down. So from here, I want you to bend through that leg. Shoulders are back. Wardrobe adjust. Lifting up and down. And up and down. I should relax my shoulders a bit here. And once more up and down. Good. So now that we are down, let's reach over again. Nice stretch. Wow. And all the way up. And releasing. Good. Give your legs a little bit of a shake. Perfect. So let's change this up a bit since we're standing here. We're going to start with this wonderful flat foot out on the chair. You can see my toes wiggling away. I'm going to bring my supporting leg out on a slight angle. Shoulders are back, hips are tucked under, and I'm going to start to bend this knee down. Good. Nice stretch in through the hamstring. And we're going to take this arm on the same side as the extended leg and reach. Oh, it feels such a stretch up here. So reaching, tucking the hips under, reach, 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 breathing. Don't hold your breath, please. And pull back as you straighten that leg. Good. We're going to do the other arm now. So sinking down, hips tuck under. This looks so weird, but I know it's really good for you. Reaching, 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 reaching. You can hold your chair too if you want some support on this. And coming up and back. Beautiful work. Good. So let's drop the foot. We're going to move to the other side. It's my big move. I guess I could edit this part. Anyway, I've shifted to the other side. So the chair is set up, starting with the side of the leg and the foot. Adjust your wardrobe so you look fabulous. Which again, as I said, is my little cheat to give the body time to relax and accept what we are doing here. Take one more opportunity to lift up out of your hips while they are tucking under. Relax your arm, reaching up and stretching over. There's my hand. Breathing deeply. All the way up and releasing down. Okay, so we're going to start to drop into this here. And up and down. Up. Keep this leg fairly engaged, please. And down. Lifting up. And last time, sinking down. And we're going to stay here. Bring the arm up and over. Excellent. And here we go, up and down. Wonderful. Let's just rotate here. Flexing your foot, shoulders are back. Tuck those hips under, and your supporting leg comes out on a slight angle, so you can start to sink down. We're going to start with the same arm as the extended leg. We reach forward. Oh, that's such an intense stretch. You should be feeling that right up that inner thigh, maybe into the groin. That's exciting. Should do a groin class. Maybe not. And coming up, and then we're going to take the other arm. So bending back down this time, reaching across, maybe holding your chair. And coming all the way up. Beautiful. And releasing. You can do that a few more times if you would like. We're going to switch to the other side. Okay, so we want to have our little leg extension here. Other leg, we start with a bend. Lift to your toe base. Toe, straighten, sink down. Lots of control. We'll go again. Bend. Toe, straighten, and down. Don't push up on the chair. It's just nice for balance. Bend, toe, straighten, and down. Once more, please. Bend, toe, straighten, and down. It's a lot of work. If you don't feel like it's a lot of work, I feel like it's a lot of work. Let's switch to the other side. Move your trusty chair. Although this one, obviously, I should have chosen a different chair because it's not so trusty. It's pretty dang wobbly. Okay, supporting leg's gonna do all the work. The other leg extends, waiting for something to happen. So we bend, lift to the toe, straighten, and then sink down to your flat foot. Bend, toe, straighten, and down. Bend, toe, straighten, and down. This is probably the most unattractive video ever invented, but we'll do it one more time. Bend, toe, straighten, and down. Excellent work. Oh, again, a lot of work there. Let's switch to the other side. I'll just do some lifts. Again, what this is doing is kind of clearing out the joint as well as obviously some muscle work. Not necessarily traditional yoga, but a nice combination to work us through our practice. These are also things you can do. I like to do a lot of this stuff in my kitchen. I'm not a good cook, but if I'm waiting for a kettle to boil or my coffee to brew or soup to heat up on the stove, these are all nice little things that you can incorporate. No pressure, just a little tip there. Okay, so supporting leg is by the chair. Let's start. I'm starting with a pointed toe, shoulders are back, hips are tucked under, nice and tight through the core. So we're gonna lift up, inhale, and down. I'm relaxing my shoulders because I was too tense. Inhale, and down. Lift, and down. We'll do two more. Lift, and down. Once more, please. Lift, and down. We're going to do it with a flex now. Heel on the floor. Lift, and down. Lift, down. Lift, down. Lift, and down. Let's switch to the other side. And then we'll do a really nice forward fold to release all of this tension in the legs. That was my expressing tension in the legs. If you want to rewind that, you can, because this is not a live class. kind of sad because I miss you guys. Anyway, leg lifts, supporting leg, hips tucked under, nice and tight through the core, shoulders back, arms down, looking professional like we know what we're doing. Starting with the point. Good job. Inhale up and down. Up and down. Lift and down. Lifting. Down. Once more. Lift and down. Good. Let's do a flex. So I start with my heel on the floor like we're having a hoe down here in downtown Cove Hill. There's not a hoe down. Everybody's in their home staying safe, which is perfect. Well done, Cove Hill. Lift and down. Lift and down. Lift and down. We'll do one more. I have no idea what the count was. And down. Good. Perfect. So let's do a lovely forward fold. I'm just moving away from my chair so that I don't injure anything. And big sweep up here. Reaching up to the sky, leaning back, slicing down the midline. Oh, feels so good. Hanging towards the floor. I'm even fluffing my hair because it's that much fun right now. Rolling up. Shoulders to the back body, and then we bring the hands to the heart. Bring that energy back to heart center for compassion. Good job. Perfect. Okay, so let's use the chair since we have it here. Let's use it to do a down dog so you don't have to stress out your wrists, right? Again, great, because you know what everybody has in their houses? Chairs. So get used to using a chair on a regular basis, and pretty much legit, I can tell you, if you're on a Zoom call, like a business conference, and you get up, you're like, oh, I gotta stretch, and you just lean into your chair and do a modified downward dog, I am gonna guarantee right now, you will get that next promotion. Anybody actually works for real employers and not just for themselves. Okay, I'm gonna turn it this way. I have no idea why, but it felt like the right thing to do. Okay, so why I like to use the chair, it just gives you a little bit of stability. So I'm going to start by lifting up, tucking the bum under, pulling back through my core. And my feet are hip width apart, going from the iliac crest, so those pointy hip bones right there. I'm going to stretch up, sweep down, find your chair. And when I do that, I start to get lazy. This is not what downward dog is about. So extend your legs. Feel those hamstrings talking back. Walk your hands forward. Breathing so deeply. And I'm staring down at my feet, and I'm spreading my toes and making sure the arches are lifted. This should feel really good. And if it doesn't, totally skip this part. Okay, to release, and you can hold this a really long time, obviously, but to release, bend your knees, pull the arms back, rolling up. Big jazz hand finish. That's not actually how you release a downward dog with that, but it just looked fabulous, so I thought. Okay. So let's move into some other fun and fabulous things you can do with a chair. That noise was the chair, by the way, in case you were wondering. Okay, so we're gonna do a modified glute stretch, thread the needle, which is normally what we do on our backs on the floor when we tangle up our legs. That's what that means. This is very easy and basic. So feet are flat on the floor. I've got some room behind me. This is like special effects. Whoa. Deep breaths, calming. We're going to bring the leg up. As soon as I do this, I always try to not grind my teeth because this is a really tight side for me. So because it is tight, I need to take some important steps as a person who practices the physical postures of yoga. One of those steps is breathing deeply. So if I come into a posture where my body feels tight and I allow my shoulders to do this and I'm like grinding my teeth, that's sending the wrong message to the brain. I want my brain to think body's tight, but not a big deal. So I do that by modifying the breath. Bringing my shoulders away, softening through the face. Maybe mouth breathing, let your jaw hang open. Maybe a little bit of a push through the knee. And after a few deep breaths, you should start to have some endorphins flow through the body. You should feel a little bit more relaxed, a little bit yoga stoned. And that's when you want to lift up, pull your core back, and then start to fold. Oh, it's still tight. Again, relaxing into this. And then releasing is just as important as moving into the posture. So really, not that you have to be so dramatic, but really just kind of letting it all go and feeling wonderful. Good, so since we're in this awesome posture, let's bring the knee to the shoulder for a modified twist. So we just do like this, lift and twist. This is where I check out all the books on the shelf. These are actually not my books. These are Dano's books. My books are in the other office downstairs. There's way more Shakespeare up here, which is not my jam at all. So the reason why I'm telling you stories about bookshelves is because when you're doing a home practice, sometimes there is that desire to rush through poses. Don't, take your time and do whatever you need to do to distract yourself to actually stay in the moment. William Shakespeare. Okay, so we come back to center, release that leg. Good, let's do the other side. Up and over. Again, it's important to notice the difference between left side and right side. I've been noticing the difference for years. I don't always do something about it, but my tight hip is because I sit at this desk for a lot of the day writing. And when I get into something that I'm writing, I often forget the time, which means I'm probably not sitting properly and I'm not taking the breaks I need to take. And this is why sometimes my hips hate me. We'll show them. All right, nice and tight through the core, relaxing, breathing deeply, and starting to fold forward. Coming all the way up. You should feel that real hit of endorphins by now if you didn't previously. Now you should just be like, drool, 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 yoga. And if not, rewind the tape and do it over again. Cool. Knee to shoulder, please. Twist. The other thing you can do, I didn't tell you on the other side because I was reading books, but if you press this foot into the knee and the knee presses back, you get more of a stretch your side bum. So lift and twist and hold. Oh, my hip just popped and it felt really good. Deep breaths. Beautiful. Let's come back to center. And big release. You don't have to do that. I just do it because it's fun. Because nobody's here except for you guys. But not in the little boxes on my screen. I miss you. We'll be together again soon. I promise. Okay, so since we're here sitting in our chairs, let's come into a wild and wacky posture and do a little bit more. So obviously, feet are out to the sides. My toes are going in the same direction as my knees. We want to be pressing out through the knees, lifting up through the core. I want you to lean in. We're going to do a modified side angle. How cool is that? And we bring an arm up and leaning over. So the arm is here for structure, but it's not foundation. Does that make sense? I hope it does. So just to help guide you, breathe deeply. Don't grind your teeth. All the way up. Oh, that felt good. Rolling back. Arm comes down, lifting and over. And up. Good, I hope. Good? Yes, just tell me yes. Make me happy. Thank you. Let's stretch all the way up here, a little bit of a side to side. And we are actually going to forward fold here. So just dropping down. I'll see you in a few moments. And drop your head down. Breathe a lot. And rolling up. Beautiful. Let's bring everything back to center. Good stuff. So why don't you join me for standing posture? Okay, we're going to do a little bit of work on the triangle pose. If you are wearing socks right now, you need to make sure that you're on a mat so that you don't slip and inadvertently end up doing the splits, which is not what this class is about. So make sure that your feet are able to grip the floor and keep you from sliding in an uncomfortable manner. I'm going to take a nice wide stance here. Hips are tucked under, tight up and back through the core. I'm gripping with my feet already. I'm going to move my left foot out on an angle, pulling up, and I'm activating the musculature around the patella. How impressive is that? Basically meaning keep control of your kneecaps, folks. You don't want anything going wrong in that area. Extend your arms from the heart, chest is proud. I'm going to do a sassy hip, pop, and then I'm going to ease into the fingertips and start to drop down. So this is a lazy triangle. Just going all the way over. So the arm is up, legs are straight, and just breathing and holding. And shake your hair. So you look fabulous, very Hollywood. Lifting up. So if your arm is here because of a shoulder impingement or anything, and you can't move it up this way, you can come this way. Good. Let's come all the way up, roll your shoulders down, straighten the foot. Good. Since we're here, let's do a forward fold. Sweeping up and swan dive down. So just folding down, drop your head. Let's roll up. Remember that game, Heads Up, 7 Up? That's what we used to play in school. If you were a kid in Don Mills like I was, that was a really big deal, that game. Okay, let's extend our arms out again. We're gonna go to the other side this time. So move your foot, knees are locked, feet are not on camera anymore, they're still there. So we're extending out. I'm gonna look over that middle finger. This hip becomes sassy, pops back, lean forward, and then watching out for the plant. Coming over. Good. So just check your arm. You can kind of be up as high as you want. Breathe. Tight core and coming up. You can hold that for as long as you like. So at the end of the practice, it's always nice to kind of make your way back down to the mat for a couple of spinal twists, a little bit of deep stretching through the hips, and then we ease our way into the Shavasana, which is the lie down part. The intent of the Shavasana is to give you a chance to breathe, enjoy the feelings from all the happy chemicals that have been released in your body. But also it's a nice opportunity to create a physical memory of what's happened. So hopefully that's a happy experience. And it's just a nice way to kind of block out the world for a little bit longer and just stay chill. So I'm going to drop down to my back. So fun working with a camera on the floor of my office. Life goals, right? Sweet. Okay. So we're gonna keep this pretty basic. Let's start with left knee into the tummy. Roll your shoulder back. Make it really comfortable. My nose is whistling. I guess I could have taken a Benadryl before I filmed this. Oh my word. Yay, allergy season. All right. So again, like with anything else, just take a few moments and a few breaths to kind of let stuff settle. If anything hurts, you don't want to do it. I'm going to start to extend and straighten this leg, so just let it go. If you're finding that this leg, the knee's bending up, you can press down on the top of the thigh. Just really enjoying that nice deep breath, and we're going to hold this here. I'm going to relax my foot. It was all tense. Jeepers, what is my foot apt to be tense about? Let's move this into a little bit of a half happy baby. Not sure which half. Hand to the knee, moving out towards shoulder or the armpit. This probably doesn't need to be videotaped anyway. Yay me. So we're gonna hold here. If you wanted, you could lift the foot up and kind of pull it all the way back. We don't need to do that. Just kind of holding it out to the side. Make sure this hip doesn't lift. And again, I was gripping. Don't grip, just gently hold. We're going to move to center. You can hold this as long as you want. You just hit pause. Then we switch and pull across the midline of the body. So this is releasing through your piriformis. Let's come back to center. Still got my leg extended. I'm going to straighten this leg. What? You can hold on to it if you want. Or just relax your arms down to the side. And then let's lower that leg. I'm keeping my core nice and tight. Good. So that leg's on the floor. Other knee comes up, shoulders back. This should feel good. And if it doesn't, of course, don't do it. This should be joyful. As I say, as my shoulders are crunching up, oh, I'm going to relax them down. Okay, I'm going to move into a half happy baby. So I'm taking this knee out to the side a little bit. So funny with happy baby, half happy baby. I don't know which half, top half or bottom half. I was referencing the Shakespeare earlier. It's like Taliban. Do you guys know The Tempest? With not Taliban, Caliban. Caliban. I was writing a story earlier about the Taliban, of all things. So with Caliban, right? Half fish, half man. I just never knew which half. That was confusing. Okay, let's grab that knee and bring it across. So again, I'm stretching through the piriformis. You can kind of move that knee up or down depending on what you need. Keep the breath going deeply. All good things come to those who wait. Back to center and extending up nice and straight. I wonder if other people confuse Caliban with the Taliban. It's like a Shakespearean slip. That's the thing. You know you have yoga brain when that starts to happen. And yoga brain happens from all the happy chemicals. Just get a little bit impaired. Lying on the floor. Always a good time. Okay, let's bring the knee down because this is not going anywhere good. Let's bring the other knee in and arms come out and back to the sides. Oh, that should feel so good. Big belly breaths. Maybe a little bit of a mermaid rock and roll move here. So my toe knuckles are pressed together. You can't see them, but moving back and forth. Good. Okay, let's drop the legs down. Oh. Twisting here. Breathing a lot. It's so weird to do this without seeing all of you in your little squares because I usually watch you during this part. Look at what's happening in your homes. Look at all your cute dogginses, your cats, your kiddos. Cool. Tighten through the core, bring the knees back to center. I always go one at a time, a little bit of a lazy move there. And then let's lower the legs to the other side and lean back. If you have tightness here, you can just kind of rub it. Rub what you like, it's all yours. You're going to hold for as long as it feels comfortable. And then let's move back to center. Ta-da. Pull the knees into the tummy nice and tight. Let's do a leg extension just because it's cool and we're already on our backs. Leg extensions cause a feeling of relaxation to occur in the brain. Great pose to do before bed. Legs up the wall. Just make sure if you have a partner, they know it is not a sign that you're looking to stay up past your bedtime. If you know what I'm saying. I always like to do a little bit of massage for the IT band. Maybe it's a little tight or a lot tight. And then slowly bring your knees down. And we're going to ease into whatever posture feels good for you for the Shavasana. Little shut-eye time. So as you crawl your way out of your Shavasana, giving yourself a hug, maybe stretching or moving around, take the time to ground your energy a little bit further. So by that I mean come to a seated posture, keep the shoulders away from the ears, keep that happy, soft base yoga feeling. Just sit. Maybe a little sloppy in this, doesn't matter. I like a sweater to be cozy. Maybe you have a blanket you can wrap yourself in. But just spend the time checking in with yourself. Close your eyes, breathing in and out deeply. And this is often when the magic happens. Being in that peaceful space and allowing love to just flow through you. And when you're done, namaste. Take 1700. So once you're done your Shavasana, make your way up to a seated position. And in a home practice, sometimes we rush this, but don't. It's really super important. So come to whatever posture feels good for you. Keep the shoulders soft, away from your ears. Just breathe and notice how you feel. Your body should feel heavy, relaxed. And if you can't be in peace, either because I'm talking too much or because your brain is kind of going quickly, you can try a mantra. Breathing in one word and exhaling another word. So sometimes I like to just do breathing in, I'm strength, and exhaling, I am love, whatever you need. But join me in doing that for a few more moments, please. And when you're ready to end your practice, let's bring the hands to the heart. A little bit of compassion for you. And allow me to share a moment of gratitude. Thank you for joining me in this practice. I know it's not the same as a live class, but I really appreciate you making the effort. And we'll be together really, really soon. So thank you. I hope you feel great. And I hope your day or your evening are full of amazing discoveries, maybe some super fun adventures. Again, I thank you. Namaste. Another ending. So when you come out of your Shavasana, and you should feel all a little bit yoga stoned, really happy, I hope, and that feeling of heaviness but relaxation all bundled up into one beautiful package that you worked so hard to achieve. So take a moment to sit, grounding yourself one last time before you kind of move into the regular world. Close your eyes, soften the shoulders, and take a few more really deep breaths. Take a moment to feel humble, thinking about how your body performed during the practice.
And take time to feel proud because you took the time to do the practice. Honor how you feel within your physical self. Acknowledge feelings within your emotional self. But don't let judgment back in. Understand that you are amazing and perfect and wonderful and so needed and so loved. And breathe in all of this beautiful sensation. And let all the love that you've expressed during the practice today just kind of find its way back down like a light dusting from the heavens. And then when you're ready, hands come to the heart. Bring back that energy back to compassion. Namaste.